Hello, Scott from Green Lab Futures. So I wanted to do a recap from our industry panel that we held last night, which was part one of our virtual design jam series on food waste, bringing together our social innovation challenge that we're running at the moment. I wanted to obviously give our panelists a major shout out. Not all of them were able to attend, but we ended up with a very specific gendered panel in the end. So a big shout out to Simon Lockroy, Sean DeVries, Steve Graham and Matthew Peake, who played an amazing part in the discussion that we had last night. And the discussion really teased out a number of conversations that we feel are really, really important when we look at this concept of food waste, because I suppose when we start looking at such a big problem like food waste, it's really hard to know where to start. And I feel that the conversation that we had last night really gave away a number of hints and tips as to where people can get started, which I'm really excited about. But we also talked about some of the aspects that need to be considered when designing solutions for such wicked problems. For instance, we talked about Sean's background in being previously being a baker, and that was what started him on his journey, and now being a strong advocate for the hospitality industry while running his own podcast where he interviews people within the industry. He flagged that the last 30 pods that he's run have had a big focus on food waste, and whether that's been by design or not. For us to talk about that and to have that in context was really, really awesome. We got to hear about some of Simon's amazing work with not just with RMIT, but a number of his other projects that he's a part of, where he's actively seeking out this research that is supporting the way that we solve this wicked problem being food waste. We then heard from Matthew Peake, who's the Executive Officer of Resource Recoveries Gippsland, and his perspective and the deep knowledge that he brought to the conversation was really, really insightful, along with the different experiences of projects that he's been working across to hear how they become operationalised and how communities can really become empowered. And then to bring all of that together, we had Steve Graham from STIC, who was the human-centered designer, talking about the role of human-centered design in this process, because we can't design solutions without all of the players being in the conversation. That's not co-design. But so what we did talk about was some starting points, some areas where we need solutions right now, and we weren't just talking about one end of the supply chain, which was the hospitality industry. We were looking at the entire supply chain that food waste is a part of, because we know that from a farm industry production point of view, there's a big component there that's starting to be explored, but hasn't fully been, I suppose, understood or valued yet. The household consumption of food waste, that is a small part that we were looking at, but the role of industry, the role of commercial entities, and how they start to process and explore this area is going to create, we feel it will create a number of opportunities for innovative designers to come in and to identify some of these wicked problems that can be solved with small ideas. That not every idea has to be scaled, but these small ideas can create traction, can inspire and motivate other people, like the team at Reground, who inspired me to go and collect coffee grounds across Gippsland. So just as a recap, we'd love you to head on over to our YouTube channel so that you can catch the conversation that we had. You'll be able to feel the energy hopefully afterwards, because it was a buzz for all of us. So we'd love to see you over there. And if you do have any other questions about any of the events that we've got coming up, please hit the website link below and you'll be able to find out more information. Okay, thank you.